Good morning from the heart of New York City. This is a Better Self Daily Show dedicated to one thing to learn and apply to live as a better self daily. I'm your host, Angela Shurina, your personal trainer, your personal nutritionist, your personal health and wellness coach, your fellow biohacker, your reporter from the cutting edge of science and nutrition, and the science of fat loss and just feeling your best, looking your best, and performing your best on all levels. This episode, as it is 16 days till my sports model competition in Arizona on May 27th. So this episode is dedicated to the nutrition that I'm going to stick to till the end of my competition. I'm going to share a few small tricks or secrets that I'm going to do right before the competition. But when it comes to food, my eating habits and some lifestyle habits that I really need to address to get into my best shape. So we're going to talk about that today. So how am I going to eat? When? What? How is my nutrition going to be? 16 days prior to competition to get really lean. I'm pretty lean already, but when you're going to compete, when you're getting on the stage, when you have an intention to win, that's a different game. But these strategies will help you to lose fat the fastest. If you stick to what I'm doing right now, that I promise you, you're gonna lose fat fast, and you'll also have the most energy you probably had in your entire life. So what am I going to do? First thing is I'm gonna stick to intermittent fasting, 16 hours for me right now. I usually do more or trying to do more. Ideally, I want to stick to 1 meal a day. But right now, as I'm training a lot, it doesn't seem possible for me to fast more than 16 hours a day. Intermittent fasting is really popular these days, but you got to figure out what can work for you, for your lifestyle. But also don't forget to challenge yourself, because if you're just starting out, upgrading your eating habits or getting into fasting, it's not going to be easy, and it's not. It was not always easy for me to do 16-hour fast, but right now it's really easy with all the intense training I do once a day, couple of times a day, training clients, moving around. 16 hours is actually really easy and doable, and you actually have more energy and more time for the rest of your life when you do properly intermittent fasting. So 16 hours a day from 5 p.m. This is my protocol. A lot of people like to skip breakfast. I wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning, so I don't like to, not eat till 12 p.m. I like to have my breakfast at 9 a.m. Even that is 5 hours after I wake up and I already work out. So 16 hours of not eating between 5 p.m. and 9 a.m. That's my 16-hour window. You can choose yours for your intermittent fasting, depending on your lifestyle. And what we mean by fasting: no calories whatsoever, no fatty coffees, nothing. No calories. You're allowed to drink black coffee, some teas, but even that is questionable by some experts for fasting. But what most people mean, if they know what they're talking about when they talk about intermittent fasting, is not consuming any kind of calories when you do the fasting. So between 5 p.m. and 9 a.m. for me, I'm not going to be consuming any kind of calories, just some black coffee, just some tea, that's it. Before, I could, when I'm not prepping for a competition and I'm not doing intermittent fasting every day, I could eat some coconut oil or some cacao butter here and there. Right now, it's going to be strict intermittent fasting because I'm aiming at certain results and certain percentage body fat. And that's my strategy, and I'm going to stick to it to get that result. So intermittent fasting, 16 hours for me is strategy number 1. Strategy number 2 is sticking to my macros. For competition prep, it's going to be, and macros are nutrients that contain calories, like proteins, like fats, like carbohydrates. So I'm going to stick to 60% of my calories coming from fats, no more than that, 55 to 60. It might be, not exactly ketogenic diet, maybe not ideal, but really close to it. But that would allow my body to lose the most fat, but also having the most energy. So 60% of my energy going to come from fats, and those fats will come from mostly whole foods like eggs, like fatty fish, like salmon and sardines. What else? Yeah, pretty much it. Fatty fish, eggs, and things like olive oil for my salads and coconut oil to saute my spinach or other vegetables that I love to have on my diet. So 60% of my calories is going to come from fats, 30% going to come from proteins, and my protein comes from whole foods like, again, eggs, like fish, but also shrimp is my to-go right now favorite source of protein. Just make sure that you get good quality wild or organic shrimp, and it has a lot of antioxidants. It has a lot of beneficial nutrients. It also has electrolytes. Shrimp has a lot, and it's 99% protein when it comes to calories. So eat your shrimp if you need to upgrade your protein. Not chicken, eat your shrimp. It's better for you. So 30% of my calories is going to come from protein, and I might calculate today and add paleo protein shake that contains powder, some grass-fed beef, not sure, and eggs. Not sure about that, so we'll see. But most of my protein comes from whole foods. And 10% going to come or less from my carbohydrates. And my carbohydrates are going to be only vegetables. So green leaves like kale, like spinach, like arugula, like Swiss chard, like dandelion greens. And also sauteed vegetables and steamed vegetables like broccoli, like Brussels sprouts, like cauliflower, all these, veggies that where carbs come mostly from fiber and some carbs, non-fibrous. Also avocados, of course, olives. But all these carbs are going to be calculated. I'm going to put all my food into MyFitnessPal. I also have food scales, so I'm going to be as precise as I can be. So 60% from fat. The only fats that I'm going to add on top of whole foods are olive oil, a couple of spoons. I'm going to calculate all the exact amounts in MyFitnessPal today. And a couple of spoons of coconut oil that I saute my veggies in. I'm going to take out bulletproof coffees because that's just going to be too much fat for my macros. I'm also going to reduce calories because at the end of the day, when you're trying to hit certain weight and you're already eating well and you're already pretty lean, your body only going to give up the last digits of fat if you start counting calories. So that's just the truth of it. So 1,300 calories for me, 60% of that calories going to come from fat, 30% from protein, 10% from carbs. And again, the quality of foods matter. Most of that's going to be whole foods. But also quality, what I mean by that is wild, pasture-raised, the organic. I eat only that food because that's going to affect my performance and also how much water my body holds, how easy my body gets rid of fat, and how little inflammation is in my body. All this is affected by the quality of foods I eat. So that is why it's really important. So strategy number 1, intermittent fasting. Strategy number 2 is macros and the quality of foods. And strategy number 3 has nothing to do with food. It's sleep. What I'm learning these days is my body and my brain really performs better on something around 7 hours a night and then 30-minute nap in the middle of the day somewhere whenever I can squeeze it in. One of the things that really made me think about how the amount of sleep affects my performance without me even noticing that is for a while I lost my dreams. Like I was worried, or I thought maybe I don't remember my dreams, or I thought I don't know, something was up, but I just stopped having dreams. It was kind of like weird because I used to have a lot of dreams and cool dreams, like a movie. But I have been sleeping for 6 hours for a while. And after reading the book Why We Sleep, that is fascinating book, like full of studies and research showing how exactly our brain performance is affected even when we lack as little as 1 hour of sleep every single night. That's what I've been doing. Anyway, after reading this book, I started this experiment when I started to sleep 7.5 or 7 hours, just waking up naturally but no less than 7 hours, and having really good pre-sleep routine and making sure that the quality of my sleep was also really, really good. So after I started doing that, just first night, I woke up and I remembered like such amazing dreams. And one dream was even freaky. Like I remember there was my mom and she had something on her face. And on that day when we started our Skyping, she's like, see that thing on my face? And I'm like, what is it? And she's like, I fell in the bathroom and I hit my forehead. And I had that something happened, and something happened to my mom's face, and I had this feeling in my dream, and I'm like, wow. And so the next night I also went to bed early and had my 7-hour sleep, and I had dreams again. So I'm like, so my brain does something different when I sleep 7 hours a night, and I just feel much better, and I work out in the gym much harder, and I don't feel as tired, and just I feel more positive, more just different person. So, but also research shows that on average, people who undersleep even as little as 1 hour a night consume 300-400 calories more on average, and it's harder to stick to any kind of diet. It's harder to stick to any kind of habits that you want to install, good habits that requires some willpower and some effort from your side. Also, sleep increases the amount of cortisol. It makes your body retain water. It makes your body destroy your muscles instead of retaining your muscle mass. So all kinds of things are happening that decrease your performance, mental and physical, that also makes it so much harder for so many reasons to lose fat, to stick to your diet, and to get into your leanest shape. So sleep is now non-negotiable. So 7 hours of sleep a night for me, and then 30-minute nap, because it's also proven to increase mental performance, transferring short-term memories that we accumulate throughout the day to long-term memories, cleaning the buffer of memories that is again available for learning when you do take 30-minute nap in the middle of the day. So you learn more, you learn faster, you learn better, you memorize more. That's what nap allows me to do, and I want all of it. So to recap, my fitness model routine for the next 16 days before my competition: 16-hour intermittent fasting from 5 p.m. till 9 a.m. Sticking to my macros. Strategy number 2, 60% from good quality fats, 30% from good quality proteins, 10% from good quality carbs, basically from my veggies. And the third strategy is go the fuck to sleep. So sleeping at least 7 hours a night, and then having 30-minute nap somewhere in the middle of the day. The best time to have it between 12 to 3 p.m. that we have when we have our natural deep in energy and awareness and speeds of processing, basically how fast our brain works, how much energy we feel we have. So if you have any questions, if you want more details about my meal plan for a fitness model competition, about my lifestyle, if you just want to reach out for some reason because of this episode, shoot me email to angela@createyourself.today. Until next time, guys, enjoy Friday, enjoy weekend in a healthy way. I'll talk to you tomorrow, but till next time, live as a better self today.